Steve, turn to Isaiah 58, 9 through 12. Then shalt thou call, and the Lord shall answer. Thou shalt cry, and he shall say, Here I am. If you take away from the midst of thee the yoke, the putting forth of your finger and speaking vanity, and if you draw out your soul to the hungry and satisfy the afflicted soul, then shall thy light rise in obscurity, and thy darkness be as the noonday. And the Lord will guide you continually and satisfy your soul in drought, make your bones fat. You'll be like a watered garden, a spring of water, and you will build up the old waste places and rise up the foundations of generations, and we call the repairer of the breach, the restorer of paths to dwell in. Once more, we see here the righteousness that God desires is expressed in tenderness of heart toward those who have needs now. In this section, I read and reread what this stood out. And if thou draw out thy soul to the hungry and satisfy the afflicted soul. It's not just doing charitable acts because it's right. It's also doing them because your heart is wrenched for the ones in need. Draw out your soul. The Lord gives them two things to start doing: minister to the hungry with more than food. They had to extend their soul to the hungry. They had to look for the afflicted soul and seek to satisfy that soul. Oh, Pastor Bob Beeman, just as one example, they go down under the bridge and meet the needs of people, not just the food, but Lord's helping them to meet the physical, spiritual, and emotional needs of people. 1 Corinthians 13, Paul says, hey, look, you can give your body to burn and give all your stuff, but if you don't have love, it's pointless. God isn't into actions without spirit. He's not into deeds without heart. He wants our hearts to be wrenched with compassion for those in need. And from that will flow out a true ongoing care. When my pastor, Rich Berry, I was approached by a friend one night with the words, Richard, you talk about the love of God, I'm going to be homeless tomorrow. What are you going to do about it? At that moment, God jolted him with a deep compassion for the plight of those who have no place to lay their head. That deep having his guts wrenched for others has led to housing and advancement of many who have passed this way. In the intervening years, the ministry has grown, and that can only continue if the heart for the hurting remains. God wants us all to have hearts of compassion. He may not ask you to start a shelter, but he does ask you to seek to have the heart of a loving God and care for those who need nurturing. When was the last time your guts were wrenched for someone else's need? You ponder that, Pastor Steve.